Let's talk about charter schools for a minute. Charter schools give parents the illusion of choice. It really is an illusion because there is a certain amount of money that is given to a district for each child each year for an education. That exact same amount of money is given to a charter school for that child and taken away from the public schools. Okay, it's the exact same amount of money. The private schools charge twice as much money or more in order to give your child more because it costs a lot more to give them additional stuff. Charter schools don't do that. Some are good. That's absolutely true. The majority, they're just as the same as a public school, or they're worse. Because you know what? They don't have the same checks and balances. They don't have the same support. They don't have as many educators involved. In fact, the majority of the CEOs and the people running these schools are not educators. They'll hire a principal who is an educator who goes into despair because the people in charge don't know anything at all about education. We have that problem sometimes with the school board. Sometimes the school board doesn't really understand education in the way that you'd like them to in the public school. That does happen, but they do listen to their educators. In charter schools, they don't. They make the choices. I do have a friend who just this year came to the public school system. She's been in a charter school for years now, and her principal was told, don't hire a certificated teacher for that position. You need to hire a long-term substitute teacher because they're cheaper. Really? You're going to give these kids whose parents want the best for their kids, who are taking money from the public schools, a long-term sub because it's cheaper. Now that happens sometimes in public schools. You have long-term subs. Absolutely. You know what? You got a principal who's really upset, and you have a school board who's really upset that we don't have a certificated person for that job and who works hard to get a certificated person for that job. A long-term sub may be somebody who's still just looking for the right job. I don't know. Majority of them don't want to be teachers. They're not career teachers, obviously. We have fewer and fewer career teachers. Why? Charter schools, that's part of it. You know why? Because teachers go to the charter school to get their first few years of experience. Then they quit. Because you don't have the same level of support in a charter school. You just don't. Charter schools, the illusion of choice.